we're going to be talking about Dark and Darker, which is an indie game that has done very, very well. It's absolutely smashed it, to be fair. Now, the playtest basically has extended following false bans and other issues. Now, the playtest for Dark and Darker has been extended to make up for the servers being down and players receiving bans in error during the event. Now, developers Iron Mace has announced that the latest playtest for its promising Dark Fantasy multiplayer has been extended by a good old 3 days. So you can get yourself in there and give it a little play up until tomorrow. So it's February 16th, so you got to get it in quick, otherwise you're going to lose out. But it's done really, really well for itself, and I think people are quite shocked. Now, as you can see here on this list, it is among very good company. It's in the top 15 on Steam, and as you can see, Modern Warfare is there, and you've got the likes of, Apex Legends at the top, obviously, because of course. But you've got some good titles in there, and it's at the bottom, but it is there. But we're going to have a little delve into the game right now, because I'm quite intrigued to know more about this game. And we've nicked him from the office to come in and talk about it, because he's played the game. We've got George on the show. How are you? You good?
Hello, I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Not too bad. Not too bad. We're in the middle of the week. Almost there. Weekend's on the way.
Almost there.
Almost. Come on, we can do it.
I know.
So you've played this game.
I have.
You have. What's your initial thoughts on it? What did you think when you first played it?
It's good fun. It's good fun. It's very, you don't really get told much. You just kind of get chucked in. So you kind of have to figure it out unless you've watched loads of videos about it, which I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've played, like 7 or 8 hours of it, and it's very, very fun.
Is
it?
it?
I have a hankering every day to go home and play it. Yeah.
That's good. That's what you need. The addiction is what you need to a game. Otherwise,
Yeah.
there's no point because you're going to put it down, never pick it up again.
Exactly.
So you've got to do it.
Exactly.
So what can people expect from it then? So what is the kind of overall goal in the game?
Well, if anyone's ever played Tarkov, it's very
Okay.
similar to that. So it's kind of like a looter and then escape kind of thing. I don't know how you describe it, but yeah, you go in, you get your loot, and it's like a kind of, I describe it as a Skyrim Tarkov crossover. So it's very dungeon crawly, first person. And yeah, you have to go in, get as much loot as you can, avoid other players because that just chaos.
Just don't do it.
Kicks off,
Yeah.
and then there's proximity chat, and everyone's shouting at each other, and then you just got to get out. And only at the end of the game do these little portals appear. You escape with your loot, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then sell your loot to make money, and then buy better gear and go back in to kill more people next time.
Love that. I mean, look, if that's not sold out, I don't know what will. That's good. That's decent. So for people that are fans of kind of games like Tarkov then or something like that, do you think they'd be fans to play this game? Do you think they'd enjoy it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, obviously it's very different. The actual functionality gameplay is very different. The only things that copy across is all of the stuff like the looting and the escaping and stuff like that, and the gear gathering and stuff like that. That's very similar to Tarkov, but it's nice that, because I've never really been that big into PC shooters.
Yeah.
I was always console shooter kind of guy, but I always loved RPG. So this really spoke to me because of the RPG elements. I loved Skyrim and stuff like that. It's very similar to that.
That's good. Because do you think that's why it's done so well on Steam then? Because for an indie game to be in the top 15 on Steam is really cool.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's because it's something that we haven't seen before. Because people have been doing these kind of looter escape things for a while, but no one's done one. Well, I haven't seen one. No one that's that popular anyway. I haven't seen one that's RPG like this.
Yeah.
And so it is really fun. I think that's probably why it's so popular. I think something on Twitch took off with it, and now it's just people are just jumping all over it. It's been great.
That's it. Once a streamer gets their hands on it, it goes nuts, doesn't it?
Yeah, I saw there was a soda popping stream that had one of them had 400,000 views or something.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
That's what
crazy.
you need. Get your game on Twitch,
I know,
guys.
God.
Get people streaming it.
God, get me there.
Get me there. Yeah. So why do you think, so with alpha testing and stuff like that, is there anything in there that needs sort of ironing out with the game still? Obviously, it's probably in its kind of early stages, I suppose. It might have some bits.
It feels quite polished, honestly. I haven't encountered any glitches or anything. There was a server glitch at one point, but I didn't actually experience it, so that's fine. But yeah, I think it's been pretty polished. I think it's more just they need to add more improvements to the game.
Yeah.
Because it's very, I wouldn't say repetitive, because every game you play is different depending on the players and what you encounter and stuff like that. But I think they just need to incorporate more stuff for longevity of the game.
Yeah.
At the moment, you loot, you get out, and then you sell your stuff to buy more loot, and that's kind of it. And then you just repeat that cycle. It'd be nice if, say, you got loot, sold it, made money, and then were able to, I don't know, do a base builder or something that you could invest into to have or a talent tree or something like that, so you could be progressing further in the game rather than just to go back in to kill more people.
Yeah. So what would you like to kind of see added then? So of course that as well, but is there any other elements that you'd like to see added into the game?
Well, they've said coming soon is a whole talent tree system, which is that could be really cool because at the moment you level up and there are little talents, but there's a whole other tree that they've said they're going to include. So that would be great. So I'm looking forward to that. But apart from that, yeah, it's maybe like some kind of element that they add in which gives it more depth rather than just kill and escape.
Kill and get out, basically. Yeah.
But I think other games have done, like I think Tarkov has done stuff like that, and people still play, hundreds of thousands of people play Tarkov all the time. So I think that's probably the thing they've got to look forward to. But as it's so early, I think they will.
Because I mean, like, it looks a bit Dark Soulsy when you look at the trailers and stuff like that. So like, even if it's like different kind of gameplay and things like that, so if the gameplay obviously is quite towards Tarkov, do you think like people that are interested maybe in Dark Souls would enjoy it, even though it's slightly different kind of rule of gameplay there?
I think so. I mean, it's again RPG, dark fantasy elements, so that does copy. Like, yeah, it translates across. But I think that from like the combat being so slow, it's very like you have to stop and think every time you enter a room. You have to like assess your situation. You have to think quick on your feet, but you get. Because, the combat is very slow, you do get time to kind of process it all and like go about it in the best way. That feels very different to the style of, I guess, dark fantasy games I've played. But I'm not a massive dark fantasy guy, so I like the fact that this is a bit more strategic.
Yeah, because I mean, did you get that from watching the trailer? Because obviously, if it's not your kind of thing in the first place, what drew you to want to play it in the first place?
I got drawn to it because, well, one of my friends had mentioned it, and I saw a video about it, and I thought, oh, that does look fun, but we'll see. I didn't want to splash 30 quid on it because I didn't know.
Of course not, no.
And then I saw some YouTubers playing it and stuff like that, and it kind of drew me in. And then because it was free playtest, I think that's such a good way of getting people to play it, because I probably wouldn't have bought it off the bat, but now that I've played the demo playtest, I'm like potentially going to buy it when it's a full thing. I don't know if it's going to be free to play, but it'd be interesting. Because I would probably buy it now.
Well, that's it. That's what it's all about, though, isn't it? Getting your hand on it and giving it a play and kind of going with that. What other games have you been playing at the moment, George? Have you been playing anything else that you've been enjoying?
What have I been playing? I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, yes.
As everyone has, really. The whole world. I'm a Gryffindor.
Oh, you're Gryffindor.
I did the quiz.
Yeah.
And I got to Gryffindor, Gryffindor. I got my Patronus and my wand.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Harry Potter. This is all new.
That was it. That was it.
Literally,
exactly it.
I know 3 things. So I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy and a bit of Stardew Valley.
Nice. Yeah, that's it. Shut up and play. We're doing it at the moment. We're doing it as a co-op, which is good fun. Shout out. Give it a watch, guys. It's good. Well, George, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I'll let you get back to editing and all the other millions of things that you do in the office. You're always a very busy guy.
Thank you very much.
But thank you for coming on to talk about it. I appreciate that.
No worries.
Thank you.